Hi everyone, Adam here. So I've decided to make the what I watched a permanent thing. It's just easy to go through movies I've seen just quickly, giving you my opinion. Probably do it only once a month. I don't watch enough stuff during the week to do it weekly. Yeah, so here we go. So on the 6th of January, I watched The Kingsman. It's a prequel to Kingsman. I kind of found it disappointing. Didn't really feel like a Kingsman film. There was no really standout action scenes, which was always going to be tough to top the that church scene in the original. I mean, it turns out to be basically like a war drama. It's set during World War One. I mean, of course, there's links to the Kingsman films, but it's still like a Kingsman film. It feels more like a drama with a little bit of action. I will say the performances were good, especially by Ralph Fiennes, but it was a very average prequel. Okay, on the 8th of January, I watched The Night House, which is a psychological horror, supernatural psychological horror, I guess, which stars Rebecca Hall, about a lady who's still grieving over the loss of her husband. And strange occurrences keep happening. Is it her husband who's trying to contact her from her dead, or is it something else more insidious? Yeah, and she soon discovers some other secrets about her husband. I just kind of found this a bit boring, to be honest. And look, I think Rebecca Hall was a great actress, and there was potential for something interesting, but I just didn't find it that interesting or that scary, and the revelation at the end was kind of meh. That's just me. On the 14th of January, I watched Scream, the reboot. I think I'd call it adequate, but in a way, kind of what you'd expect from a Scream movie, which isn't always a bad thing, but I don't know. It's just something about it that just didn't really connect with me, because I'll put it this way: if I rank them, I'll put Scream 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3. Yeah, I don't know why. None of the new characters really stood out for me. I mean, the original characters did, but the other ones didn't. And of course, it has some meta humor, which you'd expect. But I don't know. I just and I like the Scream franchise, but this one just felt very average to me. Well, I mean, it was well made and there were some brutal death scenes, but it's just, to me, it just felt like, yeah, it's okay. On the 5th of February, I watched the sophisticated art house film known as Jackass Forever. Look, it was funny. It was of course, it was kind of juvenile, but still, I did get a laugh out of it. You know, sometimes when you just want to watch something a little bit silly, I mean, you kind of know what to expect if you're going to go see a Jackass movie now. On the 11th, I watched Wormwood Apocalypse, which is a sequel to an Australian zombie film. If you haven't seen the original, the best description that a critic gave it is Mad Max meets Dawn of the Dead. It's fun. It's kind of a little bit weird, but it is a lot of fun and some pretty good zombie action. And I enjoyed the sequel. I thought it was a pretty good follow-up to the first one. Like the first one, there's a bit of zombie action. Actually, there's quite a bit of zombie action, and again, a little bit weird, but it works. They brought a couple of the original cast members back from the previous film. I reckon if you like the first one, check this one out. It's a lot of fun as well if you can. On the 13th, I watched Moonfall, which is a movie directed by Roland Emmerich, who did like Independence Day, which I enjoy. Independence Day. There's no pretension about what it is. It's an alien invasion movie. This one, oh boy. The plot is that I get a mysterious force knocks the moon from its orbit and is sending it towards Earth, which will put everything off its axis and that type of thing. sure, I don't mind dumb disaster films. They're sometimes just fun. This one, it's still kind of dumb, but also it's a little pretentious. Surprisingly, or maybe attempting to be pretentious. And the whole revelation as to why it's happening, well, I don't want to give too much away, but it's like the Wish version of Interstellar. Yeah, I was disappointed by this. I thought it was kind of, it wasn't good. And on the 18th, I saw Uncharted, which has been very divisive amongst people. I thought it was good, but not great. But it did have some fun moments. It's kind of a turn your brain off and have fun with it. I know some people didn't like it because it wasn't enough like the games. I mean, it had elements, but they did change things around. I mean, that's the thing, it's an adaptation, so it can't be exactly like the games. I know people will disagree with that, but that's what you have to do, I guess. And of course, people were upset with who was cast, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was fun, and I'm a fan of the game. I will say, if you do ever only play one Uncharted game, play Uncharted 2, one of the best games ever. But yeah, I didn't mind it, and there were some pretty good action scenes. I will say the first half does take its time, but I mean, there's one scene which is lifted directly from Uncharted 3, but I didn't think it was that bad. But yeah, if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't think it was as bad as some people are making out, but it's all subjective, and I'm a big fan of the game, so. But I think it'll be like the games where Uncharted, the original Uncharted game is good, but Uncharted 2 is fantastic, and that still holds up pretty well. But yeah, I mean, of course it was always going to get a mixed response, but okay, so that's going to do it for this version of what I watched. Let us know, have you seen any of these, and what did you think of them? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Adam, and I'll see you again soon.